You guys, I have to do a quick intro before this video because this video is gonna be trouble. I can just tell. So I'm going to just take a step back and just, make it easy on myself so I can have a nice night and, however long niceness I need, I will take it. In the video last night about the YouTube comments, I mentioned somewhere there that it was ironic because I was thinking of turning my comments off. I do that not only because comments drive me crazy, and it's not just the negative ones or the bad ones, it's just the, oh, I love you, Darlene, and oh, we would be such good friends, and, it's a lot because I review all my comments, and I have tons and tons of them. It's just too much. It's just too much to manage. Then when YouTube did the whole turning comments off on so many channels, I was like jealous. I want to not have comments. And I have the ability to turn them off. So after last night's video, I got so many comments of, you watch this video, you're going to see what it was about that I was like, oh, okay, nobody read my description box. And I deleted so many of them because I just didn't want that on my channel. And it's just been so time consuming to do all that. And now this video, I think, is going to be one that's going to be ruffling feathers or make people want to say a lot of things. And I don't want that right now. So and I know that people will find other ways, or at least on my other videos. And I mentioned it in this video that if people do that, I just would block them. You know what happens when I say something like that? People do it on purpose because now they think they're getting under my skin. They don't care if they're blocked. They start another account. So I'm just going to go ahead and turn all my comments off. I just want to be prepared. I want to go to bed tonight and not be, like, oh, what am I going to, wake up to in the morning? And sometimes I don't wait till I wake up. I mean, as soon as a video is up and when I go to bed, I might spend an hour going through comments. It's a lot of fucking work, people, and I just don't want to spend the time. So I want less stress, and I need the time because I have other things I have to do. I don't know how much time I spend on comments, but it's way too much. And I just want to take a step back. I don't know if I'll leave them off for a day. It won't be for a day. It'll be for longer. And I'm just going to leave them off as long as I want. Those of you who like to connect with me, we can connect in the premieres. When I do the premieres, I'm not doing a premiere for a video like this because even in the premiere, I don't like to be talking about things that's going to make a lot of people, I don't know, I might be uncomfortable with things that people would say in the premiere. So I'm just not having one for this particular video. But I will still continue to do the premieres on most of my videos, and we can chat there. And, I know a lot of people, you find other ways. People, find me through eBay, and they send me messages there. Emails, I'm telling you, I do not reply to hardly any of those. It's to the point that I just simply can't. And I feel bad, but I'm not going to say don't do it. You're going to do what you want to do. Anyway, I've learned that. I have learned that. But I am going to turn comments off for a while. If that pisses you off, there's absolutely nothing I can do to help you with that. Go take a pissy pill or something. Maybe you'll feel better. All right. To those of you who understand, thank you for understanding. It's just too time consuming for me right now, and I don't have an assistant to do that for me. So I just have to get it under control and do what's right for me so I can continue to bring you content, because when I get too stressed out, it's hard to record. All right, you guys, thank you so much, and please watch the video. You guys, I had no intentions of, what am I doing? Recording. I had no intentions of recording today at all. And I knew I was going to run out to the post office, and I still thought, no, I'm not going to bring my camera. And then I say, well, I always bring my camera because something might happen that I want to record. And it would be ironic that like an accident happened or something and I wouldn't have my camera, me, a YouTuber. So I always bring my camera, but I didn't think I was going to record. And now I feel like recording. But first, our post office box is covered up temporarily disabled. I don't know. It said temporarily something. I don't know why they're doing that, but it has been like that for like a week. So I have to run in to mail some eBay stuff, but I thought I would just let you know who's getting something. So I'm just going to read off first names only, maybe the city and state. I do not know. We have a Jane from Wyoming, Michigan. And Shirley from Rochester, New York. And Tammy from Corbin, Kentucky. All over the place. Do love. Francis from Hermitage, Tennessee. I've stayed in Hermitage. Derek lived in Hermitage for a while. Candace in... Oh, and I think Tennessee is absolutely beautiful. I love Nashville. I loved Hermitage. Kind of reminds me of Maine, where there is, you know, greenery and hills and things like that. Very, very nice and very clean. Candace from Perham? I don't know. MN, Minnesota? Is that what MN is? And then, last but not least, Renee from Lubbock, Texas, the home of Buddy Holly, I do believe. All right, let me go run in and mail these things. Thank you to all of you whose names I just read. Thank you so much for doing biz with me. I do appreciate it very much. I'm going to go mail this stuff, and then I'm going to move my car because I'm, you know, taking up a very precious parking space, and I don't want to just be taking up space. So we'll just move when I come back out. I moved. What I did was just pull forward a little bit past the post office, take a right, and there's a VFW here, and there's a parking lot. I just feel like talking to you in my car and not in my driveway, and I didn't want to stay on the side of the roads. Oh my God. Because it snowed, and there's not a good plow job right now. There's, you know, snow coming out, so the road is kind of narrow. And that post office road, I don't know if you've watched me chat with you from there before, but the cars go like whizzing by, and it scares me even when there's no snow. So I don't want to be halfway out into the road and have cars going by. So I felt safer in a parking lot. Apparently I'm still jumpy, but I felt safer. I'm always surprised when something is going by me this way if I don't expect it. All right, so I came out, and I don't know why the radio was on in my car. I don't know when I would have listened to it. I don't listen to the radio often because it just brings back memories, and I don't like memories. I don't like, you know, I just don't. But the radio was on, and it was Sweet Child of Mine, and that is one of my favorite songs that I don't think I could ever get sick of. I blasted it. It's one of those songs that I need to hear it loud. And I just love every part of that song. And I loved the video, Guns N' Roses. He was so cute, dancing on the stage way back then. It's just, again, I was, I think in my, you know, mid to late 20s when that came out. And I just have so many memories of that song. You know, it was one of the songs that when you were out at the bar and it came on, or the band played it, or, you know, it was back in the day where there would be bands that played, but then in between, during the breaks, they would play music. And, you know, it was the dance music era. And sometimes they would play that, and it would be like, you know, you'd just get up and scream and go and dance your ass off. I just love that song. And then right after that was Peter Frampton. I love Peter Frampton too. Such a talented guitar player. And it was, Do You Feel Like We Do? And I don't know, that's a very long song. I used to know how long it is, but I sat and listened to the whole thing. And now I'm a little bit sad because it did bring back memories. And I just, you know, those were the days, not that you need to know any of this, not that it really matters to me now because those days are over, but those were the days when I was, never mind, I don't want to tell you, I just don't. I have to learn my lesson about not telling things that mean a lot to me because I don't trust people with what I say. And you know, people can be so cruel in the comments if I say something, and I just have to learn that I can't do that. I just can't do that. I would love to. I would love to be able to share so much stuff, but I just can't. I can only share things that I think you know, I won't fall apart over if somebody says something. I hope you understand that. It's a very, very difficult job that I have. But anyway, it just brought back memories of my time in the 20s, and you know, when in my 20s, not in like in the 1920s. And, you know, I shouldn't have even talked about any of it. But Peter Frampton is ill. He has to quit his tour, or he's done after this tour, because he has some kind of nerve damage disease or whatever. I don't know exactly, but I did read about it, and he will not be able to play the guitar. I mean, that must be awful for somebody who's made a career out of that, and he's such a good guitar player. And then Luke Perry died, who's younger than me. People are dying of strokes who are younger than me. You know, it's just, it makes me feel very, very old. Is he gonna park right next to me? Oh my God, I'm fucking petrified. I'm at the VFW, which is a place where a bunch of old men are hanging out and drinking. And when I was a drinker, I used to hang out with those old men. I didn't care. I would go to any bar as long as I could sit at the bar and drink. I actually worked. We're not at the VFW. I'm sorry. I take that back. I worked at the VFW, and I actually liked that job. He is... Oh, I'm so embarrassed. I have to stop. Where the fuck am I? This is the Elks Lodge. But again, there's a bar in there, and there's a lot of cars. There's men in there drinking, and women. It's not just a joint for men. Women are in there too. But yeah, I used to work at the VFW, and, you know, I actually, you know, liked talking to those old men that used to hang out at the bar all day. And I always got along good with older people. I don't know, I just felt like everybody in my life was older than me, so I was just used to that. And I, of course, always got along better with the boys than the girls. I just was more interested in what men had to say than what women had to say. So it was a good job. But again, it's like, I don't like to look back. It was good in many ways, but it sucked in many ways. I was an alcoholic, didn't drink while working, but would drink after. You know, it was just a hot mess. It really was. But I was always a good employee, and I always loved my jobs. If I didn't love a job, I didn't stay with it. I have had jobs, more than one, where I would be like 3 hours in and say, no, this isn't quite for me. I'm sorry, I'm gonna go bye-bye now. And I've had other jobs that, you know, I lasted a long time outside of, you know, doing my own business. So anyway, all right. So Luke Perry died, and then somebody else died, and I feel weird talking about it, but I know some of you have, you know, friended Derek on Facebook, and you might hear about it, and, you know, so I'm just going to say it quickly. I'm not going to elaborate, but Derek has 3 siblings with his father, younger than him. His father was 19 when Derek was born. I was 17, and you know, I'm not going to get into all that, but, you know, it was a heartbreaking thing for me. And, of course, we have kept in touch over the years, but he didn't see Derek much. He moved to North Carolina, and he ended up getting married and having 3 more children. And over the years, they have gotten together. They did a few times when Derek was growing up, but not a lot. I don't know, maybe 5, 6. And then when Derek was older, they started to see each other, and then, you know, like Rob's family even went to visit Derek one time when he was playing near where they lived and stuff like that. But anyway, Rob's oldest son, Derek's brother, died a couple days ago, only 34 years old, and they're not sure yet what of. But, you know, it was shocking, and it was very sad, and I'm heartbroken for their family. That I can't imagine they had to go through something like that. But anyway, that's why I didn't really want to talk about it, but I just wanted to let you know, and he's going there. Right now, Derek is in Nashville. He lives in Memphis, and he was in Nashville for a whole week because he had 4 nights of shows. So he decided to just stay a whole week. So he's going to drive from Nashville to North Carolina Wednesday. He's driving out there Wednesday, and he can stay for like as much as like maybe 9 days before he has another gig. So he's just taking his car. I offered to fly him out there if he'd rather do that, but he's like, but I'm in Nashville with all my stuff. And I said, well, you could drive home to Memphis if you wanted, and then I could fly you out. But he decided he'd rather just go in his car because he has everything. Since he was on tour for a whole week, he has everything he needs to do his online work. And so he does podcasts. He's a podcast editor and handles all the aspects of podcasts for people. He's like, I'm really equipped to continue working, and I'd want all my stuff anyway. So he's just going to drive out there, and I worry when he's on the road. I always worry. I worry all the time, and I just feel horrible for the family, even more so than for Derek. I mean, it's Derek's brother, but it's not somebody that he's like been around all his life. Derek is actually closer to his sister. It was boy, girl, boy. But again, they don't hang out. They live very far apart, but they Facebook each other and things like that. Oh, well, it just sucks. It just sucks so much. And I just felt weird that I wasn't mentioning that. And, I don't know. It's just because I really don't know what to say. But, other than it's sad, and sad shit like that happens all the time. So, I don't know. Boy, for somebody who didn't want to talk on a video today, I kind of talked about all kinds of things. Oh my goodness. The one thing I wanted to talk about, which I completely was going to forget to talk about, is the video that I uploaded last night about YouTube disabling comments. Apparently, most people don't read the description or the pinned comment, or they read it and they just choose to ignore it, because I have in there, I wanted to say it on the video and completely forgot. And I was so pissed. I said, if I didn't say it there, they're never going to read this. But I put in the description and in the pinned comment that I was not going to allow any kind of YouTube bashing or comments concerning freedom of speech or censorship or people speculating, just like coming out with all kinds of things. I don't know if I put that part in there, but I certainly am not allowing that, because I don't like things like rumors. Most people don't know. Even if you do know, it's my platform, and I just don't want those kinds of conversations. I didn't talk about the whole comments thing because I was in any way trying to bash YouTube. I have a pretty decent living on YouTube, as I do Patreon and eBay. Are there things about those platforms that I absolutely despise? Yes, there are. Do you hear me saying I hate YouTube, I hate Patreon, I hate eBay? No, I don't think you ever hear that, because if I was to the point where I felt like that about any of those platforms, my choice is to just leave them. If I'm going to continue to be with a platform, I have to have some sort of relationship with them in a good way. So I don't hate any platform that makes decisions for themselves. That's their right. And I don't need people telling me how wrong they are. I don't need that. I don't need that negativity in my life at all. And I don't care what things people have heard all over the internet, the news. People are sending me links, which I'm not opening. It's a scary thing to leave links in your comments, and I'm going to tell you why. Some people can leave links, and even if you check it, it'll be something nice and normal. But if you don't check it then for a little while, if somebody goes back to that link, it can be changed to something else. It can be a vulgar photo or image, or so I don't leave links unless it's somebody I absolutely know and trust, which is getting to be to the point where I can't trust anyone, obviously I will leave links. Like somebody put a link to one of my videos in a reply to someone who asked a question, and she wanted to know where the video was, and somebody went and found it and showed it to her. I'm going to leave stuff like that, but I don't leave links of pictures that are hosted somewhere, because that can be easily swapped out to a different image in that same link. So, you know, there's just a lot of things that I look out for. Now, can you imagine if somebody was just going around to all the channels that are talking about the comments thing and posting links everywhere just because they're pissed off that some channels still have comments on, and you know, and swapping out that link? So maybe the link was okay today, but in 3 days from now it's going to be some child porn kind of thing, and then YouTube would say, oh well, we're going to shut the comments down on this channel. People do shit like that because people have way too much time on their hands. I heard so many things, so many reasons why this was happening, and how YouTube sucks, and how they're pulling the wool over my eyes. They're not pulling the wool over my eyes at all. I have been doing business with online platforms for almost 20 years, and I know the ropes, and I know how they act. The one thing that I don't like about most platforms is they do not disclose very much. They are not transparent. Nothing I can do about that other than just say to myself, gee, I wish they would do that a different way, but my wishes are not going to come true. It's their business. They run it the way they want, the way they see fit, and it's up to me to continue to do business with them or to leave. And my choice is to stay for as long as I want to stay, and I don't want negativity coming my way about something that I choose to do. So it's just, you know, I deleted well over 100 comments on that, and I wanted to turn them off because I was like, man alive, this is just too much fucking work. But then I was like, people are gonna think that it was turned off because of the naughty word I said, which, by the way, is one of my favorites. I'm not one of those women who are offended by words. I think they're humorous and they all have their place. If used the right way. But what I did forget to mention is the comment said, stupid beep. I don't know why I'm suddenly afraid to say it. It's just because I know people don't like to hear it. I offend women by uttering that word. You know which word I'm talking about. Stupid is more offensive to me than the other word. I totally forgot to mention that. After I was like, why didn't I say that that person called Skylar a stupid cunt? Stupid was the offensive part. But she's a kid. She doesn't need either of those words on her channel. Somebody might call me that on my channel. I might leave it. I have left some of those words on my channel because it's just a fucking word. There are so many things to worry about in this world. You know what I've decided? People who see the negativity in words and can't get past it and see the joy it brings some people. Don't you think I look joyful when I swear? And I do bring joy to people who are like that. They think it's fun and funny, and, you know, it's like not taking life too fucking seriously kind of attitude, because there's a lot of things I hate in this world, and I'm not going to have somebody make me feel bad because of the words that I choose to use, because I love those words. People who want to say, well, that's not a nice word. You're looking at it in not a nice way. That person is the negative one. I had somebody once say to me that about my language, and it was in a group I had. It was actually in a Facebook group I had for YouTube content creators. And somebody said, I choose to not say those words because I wouldn't want people to see me that way. And I was like, what way? If you actually swear, isn't that like your true self? What's wrong with that? And then it's like, so you're saying that swearing is like a bad thing? You know, those are the people who have issues with it, not the people who understand the beauty of that way of expressing ourselves. I don't get offended. I've heard all the words. I've said all the words. I say all the words all the time, even in my house all alone. I will just never regret that I brought that out on my channel, because it's me. I was being more fake before. Not that I was fake. I mean, I don't swear every minute of the day. I'm not going to go to the library across the street and say, where's that fucking book? You know what I mean? I'm not stupid. So I just was, being that way on my channel. But boy, more and more channels that I watched, I was like, I want to be able to do that. Why can't I do that? And then one day I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to be exactly who I am. And now I'm going to go, because it's getting cold. I don't have my car on. I'm going to go pop in the bar for a little bit. I'm just kidding. I hope you know I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. There'll be rumors out there that Darlene's drinking again. Anyway, people have nothing but... Why? Why do I feel like I need to put glasses somewhere on this head ball when it's time to leave? That doesn't have to be there. All right, you guys. It's just a tough gig, this thing is. And if you don't believe me, try doing over 2,000 videos and doing this all the time. Just do that, and then you come back and tell me if it's completely stress-free for you. So if I continue to get the comments, now that you know, comments on that video, I don't want comments bashing YouTube. I don't want comments saying you have the right to free speech. That is not what free speech is about. Please, everyone, go look these things up. People feel so entitled. You have to remember that these platforms, they don't belong to you. They just don't. They don't belong to me. That's why I can't dictate to YouTube and say, I don't want you to do that. I want you to do this. We cannot like their choices, but we have the choice to leave if we don't like it and we don't see that they're going to make any improvements. I think YouTube will try to make improvements. I think this is just something they did because they felt the need to, probably because of advertisers. I don't know. I don't know at all. I don't know if it's about pedophile rings. I don't know. But they wanted to do it. It could be any of those reasons. It could be no reason. It could be a helpful reason. It could be a selfish reason. Whatever it was their choice, and they'll feel it out. They'll find a way. They'll make it better. And if people don't like the platform anymore, they can move on to something else. I know people rely sometimes too much on the money they earn on whatever platform they're on, and I have said since day one, never do I do that. I'm always prepared in another way. I don't count on any platform giving me the money. It can always fall apart overnight. It can. I've been screwed by affiliates who they just stopped paying their people. I had an affiliate who overnight took $1,400 back out of the account that they said that this was coming to me. $1,400. I was like, how come that happened? Oh no, you must have saw wrong. It was like, it was bullshit. So, and it wasn't just me, because we were in a group and we all had about half the earnings cut out like that. And I was like, that was half my pay for this month, $1,400. And I was like, oh, well, can't prove it. And I stayed with that affiliate. I'm still with that affiliate. Because, hey, I don't care if I can make some money off them. I can make some money off them. So anyway, I can't control what happens. And I'm going to just continue to always watch my back. That's why I'm always wondering about Patreon. They have some issues. It could fall apart anytime. YouTube, they can all of a sudden decide to take ads away completely. Whatever. They have the right to do whatever they want. So, I'm trying to get back to eBay. I want to do my tunics. I'm doing some more coupon stuff again. I feel like it's time to just, start making sure I'm going to be safe. And of course, I always have savings that I have purposely put aside. I could go without working for 2 years and still pay all my bills. That's how secure I want to feel. And I've built that life that way so that I don't have to worry about money, because I used to worry about money all the time and didn't feel good. So I can do it. You can do it. And I guess the best thing I could say is, don't feel entitled. Don't feel entitled. Somebody said to me something on my comments. I left that one. Something about, like you guys are paying my salary. And I never understood why people think that. People who watch a video and they know I make money, they feel like they're paying my salary. Show me the check you wrote me. You're not paying my salary. You're watching a fucking video. You know, I owe you nothing for that. I don't. Do I appreciate it? Yes, but I don't owe you. I don't feel like I owe somebody because they watched my video, because they feel like they're the ones that are making money for me. My videos are making money for me. If I didn't make the right kind of videos, I wouldn't make money from the advertisers. It really has very little to do with the audience. Okay, so I've been on a rant mode, obviously, and I'm going to go home now, and that's it. I will talk to you soon. I will do the little ride along. What the fuck? Oh, I want you to see my driveway when I pull in, how little snow there is. You'll see the tire tracks, because I just pulled out. My mailman would not deliver mail to my house today because he didn't want to walk through snow this fucking deep. I mean, come on. I hope he has boots. He's a mailman. I don't have boots on. I have, slides with no socks. I'm not afraid to walk in the snow. All right, that is it for real. Ride along. Bye. I'll be back with more soon. You know what? I think I've decided that I'm going to turn the comments off this video, and maybe the other one too. And I know people will just go find other videos to leave comments on. If that happens, I'm just going to take them all down for now. Might as well join the party. I do that. And I was planning on doing that a few nights ago. And then I decided against it just because I just decided against it. But after last night, I really had my fill. Last night and today, that's all I've been doing is going through comments. I think I will, turn at least those two off. This one and last night's. And if you purposely go to another video to leave a comment about this video or last night's video, I will block you, because that's going against my wishes. All right? So I just want a negative free zone there for a little while.